Welcome back to Bike Vibe, the place where riders connect with the machines that move their soul. And today we're diving straight into one of the most anticipated cruisers of the upcoming year, the 2026 Honda Rebel 1100, a bike that continues Honda's tradition of blending laid-back cruiser charm with modern performance and technology. And if you've been watching the evolution of the Rebel lineup, you already know that Honda has been pushing boundaries with comfort, power, and style. And this new model takes it to a level that makes riders everywhere pay attention. So let's fire this up and break down everything you need to know about the 2026 Rebel 1100, including performance, features, riding experience, and of course the price, which is expected to start around $10,999 for the base model and a bit higher for the DCT version depending on your region and dealership. But more on that in a bit, because first let's talk about what makes this machine so compelling, starting with the heart of the bike. The 1084cc parallel twin engine we've come to love from the Africa Twin platform, refined further for 2026 to deliver smoother throttle response, improved mid-range torque, and an overall more planted feel on longer rides. And Honda really seems to have focused on making the power delivery even more linear and rider-friendly without sacrificing the punch that Rebel riders enjoy when cruising on highways or carving through backroads. And that's something you feel instantly when you twist the throttle. A confident and satisfying pull that doesn't overwhelm but absolutely delivers the grin factor. And this is paired once again with Honda's signature DCT option for riders who want that seamless automatic shifting experience that has become surprisingly popular among both new and experienced riders. While the standard manual transmission remains crisp and engaging for traditionalists who prefer full control. And moving on to the design, Honda keeps the iconic Rebel stance but adds just enough refinement to make the 2026 model feel fresh, with slightly reworked LED lighting, cleaner lines around the tank and side panels, and a more premium finish that gives the bike a mature yet rebellious personality, something that appeals to riders who want a cruiser with attitude but also appreciate quality and modern detail. And speaking of modern, the tech upgrade this year is noticeable because the updated display is brighter and easier to read in sunlight, the riding modes are better tuned, the traction control feels more intuitive, and there's improved smartphone integration for navigation and music control, features that may not have existed on old-school cruisers but are now becoming essential for modern riders. And Honda clearly understands that. Now let's talk comfort, because one of the biggest talking points with the Rebel series has always been the riding position. And for 2026 Honda slightly adjusts the seat padding, suspension tuning, and ergonomics, making longer rides feel much less fatiguing, and the low seat height continues to be one of the Rebel's strongest selling points for riders of all sizes, giving confidence at stops and making this bike accessible to so many people. And if you're wondering how it handles, well, the Rebel 1100 has always been surprisingly nimble for a cruiser, and the 2026 model might be the best yet, with improved suspension response and stability that gives you a smooth ride in city streets and solid control on open roads. And this balance is one of the things that sets the Rebel apart from heavier cruisers that look great but feel clunky in tight spaces, while the Rebel stays agile, predictable, and fun. And because we know you're curious about the sound, the exhaust tuning has been tweaked to give a deeper, fuller tone that feels more muscular without being obnoxiously loud, the kind of sound that fits the Rebel's character perfectly, especially when you're cruising at low RPMs and feel that rhythmic thump beneath you. Now let's circle back to price, because value is one of Honda's biggest advantages, and the expected starting price of around $10,999 keeps the Rebel 1100 extremely competitive compared to other cruisers in its class, especially when you consider the tech, the performance, the reliability, reputation, and the overall riding experience you're getting. And even if the DCT version bumps the price closer to the $11,799 range, many riders find the convenience absolutely worth it, particularly for commuting or long-distance touring. And speaking of touring, Honda offers a growing list of accessories including saddlebags, windshields, seat upgrades, and more, allowing riders to customize their Rebel into a weekend tourer, daily commuter, or stylish city cruiser depending on their riding lifestyle. And that's really what the Rebel is all about, versatility wrapped in a clean, modern cruiser design. But before we wrap up, let's talk about who this bike is actually for. Because the Rebel 1100 sits in a unique space, It's powerful enough for experienced riders, approachable enough for intermediate riders, stylish enough for weekend cruisers, and tech-friendly enough for riders coming from sport or adventure backgrounds who want something more relaxed without losing performance. And in a motorcycle world filled with overly heavy or overly expensive cruisers, the Rebel keeps things simple, modern, and enjoyable, and that's why so many riders love it. And with the 2026 updates, Honda continues to refine this formula without messing with the core identity of the bike, and that's something riders appreciate. Alright, that's everything today from Bike Vibe, and if you enjoyed this breakdown of the 2026 Honda Rebel 1100, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let us know in the comments if you'd take the manual or the DCT version, because we love hearing from you. And as always, keep the throttle steady, the vibes high, and we'll catch you in the next ride right here on Bike Vibe.